Hey YouTube, here's a little review on my nightstand self-defense weapon, as well as general overview of Sig Sauer P226. This is a Blackwater tactical version. I'll go over some of the things that make this different than a regular P226, and then I'll tell you why I choose this as the weapon of choice for self-defense. Basically, let's run through a quick safety check, and hoping you can catch this. Obviously it doesn't have a mag, as you can see, and it is empty. There's nothing in there. I'm trying to get this at the right distance. This is a camera that is relatively new to me. It is a Kodak ZI-8 if any of you are interested. I'm trying to get an idea of how to shoot this. I don't mean how to shoot the gun, how to use the camera, I should say. Anyhow, P226 Blackwater Tactical, and it does say Blackwater on the side. The gun's no longer available. It is available under a different name. It's the exact same pistol, I believe, through Sig Sauer. I don't know if they changed the grips. I know they don't have the logos like they do here on the top. It's a little bear paw, I think, and it doesn't say Blackwater on it. But other than that, I think it does have the extended grips on the latest version. These are contoured grips, which are really nice in the hand. Not so much with the texture. Oops, excuse me about that. The texture, well, it's plastic, so to me that's the problem with these grips. I wish they were made of wood or a metal, and if others are available, maybe if any of you know, if you found any, I'd like to look into maybe getting some. But the reason that I selected this as the weapon of choice for me for home defense is its extreme accuracy and reliability. You can see the sight picture there. It has typical night sights that you find on most all Sig Sauers that have night sights, that is. But this Triticon, or whatever it is, it's a green dot, but it is a substance inside that allows it to illuminate green, and it picks up the sight picture real well, I think. So it's a nice added feature to the Blackwater Tactical. The other thing I was mentioning when I was talking about those grips, inside, if you can see here, is a nice big mouth on the grip. It's a huge mag well, and sorry about that, this feeds really easy, and more so than the stock. The stock has a slight bevel, if you can see that, and it feeds okay, but it certainly doesn't feed like this. So if you have to speed load your magazines, it's going to do so really easy in a situation where maybe you're panicking or whatever this reason why you have to get that mag in there so quickly. It does so much easier with this sort of grip than with the stock non-extended, non-magwell grip. One of the other features of this tactical version is this extended beaver tail. Notice these mainly on 1911s. It serves a function on a 1911, but not so much here. I think here it's more aesthetic, because I have another P226, a regular non-tactical version that has the regular stub beaver tail or end, whatever you want to call it. And usually on a 1911 it does help when the slide pulls back from pinching your hand. On this, you don't really have any problem with that, even if you don't have this beaver tail. So I just think aesthetically it looks great, you know. But I haven't replaced out anything with this weapon. Only the stainless steel guide rod. Normally it has a plastic or composite guide rod, and I just thought stainless steel, at least in theory, will be more accurate, or not, maybe not accurate, more reliable, I should say. Speaking of reliability, this has 3,000 rounds through it without a single misfire, without a single jam, no stove piping, nothing. Every round fired, 3,000. That's impressive. And that's why I keep it as a nightstand home defense weapon. The accuracy is unmatched, except for one other revolver fact that I have. Other than that, the accuracy is unmatched. Partly that's due to it being a 9mm for one. I mean, it's a full-size weapon. Any 9mm full-size is probably going to give some really good accuracy, but this one in particular, when it's fired, this slide is almost like it's on ball bearings when it goes back. It's so smooth, and the build quality is, I think, with Sig Sauer in general, is excellent. Any of you have had, shot, or have or own Sig Sauers can probably attest to that. And it does have a short reset trigger. If you don't know what that is, it basically shortens up the double throw to the single action by, I think it's 60 or 40%, something like that. So once you're in double action, which you are here, if I were to fire it, then you'd be in single action for the remainder of the rounds that you have in your magazine, and it will come back further by, like I said, about 40 or 60%. So it will allow you to fire more quickly. But in a situation where you're at home and using it for self-defense, you know, that may be a good thing and it may be a bad thing. So, but at the range, it sure is fun, let me tell you, because you can pop off rounds quicker with this than you can a standard P226. As you can see, the M6X Insight technology tactical laser light illuminates really bright, and it's a screw down type. Functional, it's bright, it has a nice laser. I highly recommend them on your pistols if they have a rail. And I know that some people have made videos and have written articles regarding that. You should possibly have your lights in one hand and your weapon in the other. And so it would be something like, you know, here's your light, you're gonna have your weapon in this hand like this. Sorry, I keep screwing with that camera. Anyhow, I don't see the need for that, for the extra light, because likely when you need this weapon, you're just going to be pitch black. You're going to be fumbling around looking for your weapon, and unless you have your light attached somehow to the weapon, you're going to have a hard time finding it, I think, unless you can instinctively pull that light from wherever it's being placed at night. If you can find that in pitch black, you're pretty good, or you'll be fine if you find that and the weapon at the same time. But I just don't see any need. I just have it connected, it's functional, does its job. And this one has a light and a laser, so you can put them on independently or together, and I think it serves its purpose. So that's my weapon. I highly recommend it, Blackwater P226. One thing I wanted to mention regarding ammunition is buy quality ammunition. This particular ammunition that I use is Corbon jacketed hollow points, and you should really take your ammunition that you're going to use to the range at least and fire at least a couple of clips or magazines, only because you want to know how accurate it is and how it reacts in your weapon. This particular ammunition has no problem at all in this weapon, and I suspect if somebody busts through my window or door, I won't have any problem unloading a few rounds in them. Anyhow, this is an 18 capacity mag with a base plate that allows for 2 more. giving it a total of 20. If you have one in your pistol, you have 21. It's a lot of rounds. And so typically in my state, California, they don't allow this weapon in here anyways. It's not on the DOJ list, but the law enforcement officer that did buy it, and in this state any law enforcement officer, I think, can pretty much buy whatever they want. But if they sell it, they can sell it to whoever they want in California, or outside of California for that matter. But you can purchase it if there's one already in the state. So I was fortunate enough to get this from a law enforcement officer that was brand new. He bought it. He put well, he told me 20 rounds through it, but it looked like it had never been fired to me. But I've been very happy with it, and I anticipate it'll bring many, many years of accurate firing. So until I find something better, this is it. Let me know what you think. You guys stay safe.